to the Galapagos Islands. Welcome on board the National Geographic Endeavour. We'll explore different islands here at the equator where you find species from very different hemispheres living together, where you see a high degree of endemism, species that are found nowhere else in the world, where you are touched by nature. You can get really close to sea lions and boobies and iguanas. They show no fear. So welcome to the Galapagos, and I'm sure you will become ambassadors of this archipelago.
So today we're at Gardner Bay, and we've just been walking up and down the beach looking at sea lions and marine iguanas and some mockingbird fights. The expedition's been great. We've been, it's our first day out, and it's been relaxing and just full of fun.
We had opportunities to kayak or do some snorkeling and got some sea lions here laying all over the beach. We just always had this on our bucket list to come here and experience animals that we never have seen, never will see, and that's what brought us here.
This is Punta Suarez in Española. Española is the oldest island of the Crown, so we expect to have a wonderful walk. We really hope to see the Nazca boobies and the marine iguanas. Marine iguanas in the Galapagos are the only reptiles that actually feed underwater. They feed on algae. That since we are going through this Niño year, these iguanas only feed on algae, and so the algae is the first thing that has died during the warming of the water. Although iguanas are incredibly resistant, they will be able to make it through, and once the Niño is over, they will actually recover. Surrounded by Nazca boobies, In this case, we have them at different ages. We have the oldest chick is always going to get rid of the youngest or the weakest chick. Why are they doing this? It's because they are not fishing close enough to the island. They are fishing a little bit further away, and it is impossible for them to bring food for two.
We're at Espanola, if I'm saying that correctly, and we're doing the long hike, and we get to see a bunch of animals. Oh, incredible. Absolutely incredible. These animals are totally natural. They're not afraid of you. As a matter of fact, they even come towards you. That's just unheard of.
We're doing a 1.5 mile hike through a very difficult trail with large rocks. We've seen about 5 different kinds of birds. We have seen 3 different kinds of lizards. The Park Service is taking such good care of it, and there's only naturalists allowed with us on the trail. Very informative.
So this is Floriana Island. We can say this is a place with a lot of human history, but it's also very interesting because it has so many visitor sites. And that's one of the reasons we are taking full advantage with an early group of photographers. This place will have pink flamingos. Pink flamingos here in the Galapagos are considered to be residents, and the population are very low in numbers because we don't have many of these brackish lagoons in the areas.
We have been seeing beautiful birds. We've seen flamingos, finches. It's a wonderful experience, beautiful experience. A lot of wildlife.
Expedition has been wonderful, far beyond my expectations. And I'm honored that I'm here in the company of just such experienced and knowledgeable naturalists and photographers. To be able to walk through on the islands and with the wildlife and just experience it firsthand and yet not change it, but that's an opportunity of a lifetime.
Believe it or not, this is the first mail system that we have in Americas. This was a place long time ago, to be exact, in 1792, but a buccaneer that used to work for the Royal Crown back in Europe. They need a communication system in order to be in touch with their family. So they came here, they opened this little door, put the mail, and they went for whaling for several years. Before, to head back home, they also have to come back here to replenish. So at that point, they have to check the mail, collect the mail, and take it with them. So since then, we are keeping this tradition with all of our visitors. When we stop here, we collect all of these mails, all of these postcards, but you have to promise that you are going to do hand deliver, because that is the fun part. You are going to make new friends. Altadena, California. Toronto, no Toronto. Ohio, Denmark, Pennsylvania State College, Crystal Lake, Illinois.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Woo, tradition, you have to say tradition. You have to sound excited.
I said woohoo.
Indianapolis.
Quick.
All of the piece of, they returned back to Norway, and some of them went to slaves. Deliver the baby to he, you know, when she was a baby.
This morning we're visiting Puerto Llora, which is the most populated area in the Galapagos. We have a population of 20,000 people. It's a very cozy town. We have plenty of opportunities to go shopping. Offers many things, and one of these visits includes El Trapiche farm. It's nice to see, you know, how everything used to work, beginning with El Trapiche, which is the press mill, you know, where you have to press the sugar cane. Then with the sugar cane juice, we're getting, you know, melaza and brown sugar. And of course, you know, El Trapiche, you are not living if you don't not try in the moonshine, which is really, really good.
So this is a drink.
In the highlands of Santa Cruz, we have many giant tortoises. There are two places in the Galapagos with the largest population. One is Volcano Alcedo on Isabel Island, and the other one is right here in the highlands of Santa Cruz. These animals are amazing. They are huge, very slowly, but they are as well very peaceful.
We are hunting for, well, not hunting, we're looking for giant tortoises on this farm. They live really long time. I mean, the one that Darwin brought back died in 2007. I was alive then. It's been really great. It's been really fun so far. I really liked going to Floriana. There's just so much here that's just not anywhere else in the world.
Well, we are looking at tortoises today, and we're at this preserve where they protect them. We're watching them just be in their environment. It's very cool. Well, I think the conservation and the uniqueness of the animals and the marine life and how they're really focused on extending the natural habitat for these animals.
We're in Santa Cruz Island. We're seeing the giant tortoises and having a blast.
And these animals live for hundreds of years. They're pretty
so
amazing.
Abundant. They're still so healthy and they're thriving, which is fantastic.
We've only been on our, third day now, and so far every day's been better than
the last.
Yeah.
The name of this visitor site, it's Dragon's Hill. We can say that we have land iguanas roaming in the wild, so that is our goal for this morning, to go and explore this cactus forest where it is the home for these famous Galapagos dragons. So this is a male land iguana. Why I know it's a male? Well, he is more colorful, he is on duty. This is its home. No other males are allowed to come inside this territory. If that happens, they are gonna confront, fighting, and the only weapon they have for fighting is biting.
We've been seeing a lot of land iguanas. The size, the uniqueness, the habitat that they can live in, and especially the burrowing that they do to keep cool on these hot days. And the uniqueness of Galapagos is probably the most fascinating.
We've been here to see the land iguanas, and we have been lucky enough to see a couple or three males and one female so far. We've seen a lot of nature and a lot of animals. Mostly everything that Galapagos has to offer we've seen so far.
Well, we hiked up about 300 steps. I didn't count. It took a while to get up there, and we all got pictures at different stages as the sun came up over the mountains. What I really enjoy is kind of the mixture of what plants really survive here and the volcanic landscape. Beautiful vistas and great place to take pictures that you'll remember forever.
One thing we got to keep in mind when we're photographing landscapes is that we want to have a really small aperture, something like f11, f14, f16, f22. We want to have as much depth of field as possible to capture these really big landscapes and have everything sharp from the foreground all the way to the background.
Geologists tend to deal in abstract concepts like deep time and large distances, and in our everyday life, these are things that it's not that easy to relate to, but when you come to the Galapagos, you really get a sense of deep time and large spatial movements, and for geologists, this is a really special place, but actually, for everybody, this is a really special place.
We are now on Genovesa Island. This is the last day of our trip. This is our last complete day, and this is the bird island. In this island we can see so many birds. It's really amazing the amount of birds. This is the biggest colony of red-footed boobies in the world, and we're going to enjoy a nice trail here in Prince Philip Steps. Red-footed boobies are the smallest species among the 3 different species of booby that we have here in the Galapagos, and they are nesting on the trees, and they live here in Genovesa because from here they can jump to the north where they can find the flying fish, which is one of the resources that they love. Frigate birds are also amazing, and we are so lucky to see them now with their gular pouch inflated and calling the attention. So you have all these males calling the females and saying, "Hey baby, I am really a sexy male and you want to mate with me," and females will choose those males.
just feel so fortunate to be here, be able to do this. Unique birds, unique animals where you find no place else on Earth. It's amazing how Ecuador has stepped up and taken care of this place and protected it.
So we arrived on the island, and it's been like just amazing. Birds everywhere. Every day has been a blast. You know, learning about wildlife, about nature, about wild animal, just incredible. This is definitely for us a life-changing experience, and it's never going to be the same for us when we look at Mother Nature and what we can do actually to protect this very, very fragile world.